Looks like Dan Reed is going to be playing tonight. I'm going to guess in place of Jim Sankey, as he is not on the ice for Team Clark. Looks like we've got a full boat up there.
Full compliments. We're ready to go.
Stands to be a great game here. It's two well-experienced skips in that of Tom Clark and Jerry Archambault. Both guys been around the game a long time.
Can you play with that? I'll take Jason. I'll take Jason. So Jason and I are playing together.
Kind of a shame, Jim Sankey not in attendance this evening. It looks like Dan Reed will fill in for his the lead as Team Clark this evening.
Okay. Sorry.
That's fine. No.
And Dr. Carter appears to be not on the ice just yet. He's here. He asked us how to get onto the feed, so we know he's here.
So you're gonna play with Jason.
Okay.
We're gonna play the Cactus.
All right.
Yeah.
Are they gonna start?
I know, that's just fine. Yeah, I know you can.
You don't need to come back up here.
Who skips?
We kind of reached a steady state of players.
Nice one last rock.
Cars on the ice. Paul George left. He's coming into the broadcast booth to
You want to skip?
see something.
Yeah, no, you skip. And I'll play.
Yeah, there's a net sound out there. But you really got to yell loud. You can't yell that loud. Good luck. All right, we are ready to go, folks.
Yeah, we don't have the players' mic, but there is a microphone over on sheet one. So. Just say a bad word.
I was going to say we'll apologize if there's any expletives that come through the airwaves. We'll apologize for the player.
You got a mute button up there. So.
This is.
So they were, Kevin's team was making really great, you have a team that's like they're representing the
Looks like Team Clark lost the toss, and they are going to. No, I take that back. They won the toss. Mike Cullen, lead for Archambault, looking at the center guard.
So I got here, it's like, I'm here. So I came here at 4, did a little bit of work. And then went out to some rocks.
First puck is down the ice. Nice shot here right away. Mike Crum, nice center. Being asked to cover the corner here on the left as you look down the sheet.
But
they were curling 100% right now.
I can't keep them straight. I can't keep them straight.
Good crowd here tonight. As the Open League is in its finale of the 2017 season. quite often these games are played and there's nobody in the house. It's just us and the players. So it's nice to have some folks around.
I can see we made an impression on you. Supposed to. Yeah, we were talking about last week. We all decided. Well, me and Neb and I decided
For
our front end is not going to get Don and Joel.
Come around just a shade light, but didn't
Outstanding, relatively new curler. I don't know how many years he's been at it, but he is a very, very solid player. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I've seen his game improve vastly over the last couple of seasons.
You know what? I missed that hit for 4 or 5. You know, 4.
That was
Mine looks really great. He's
I get that.
So that's going to be
one
the
down.
Back to what Dennis says.
The hammer, we had the hammer 3 times.
When we're
6 or
playing
7,
the
8
middle,
times.
and there's a rock out there,
So game on.
we want team line.
First one around the center.
I stuffed the drum in
This is his first time.
Tell Mike when the pressure was on, I stuffed the
He's going to
drum.
be in the Sims this year. He'll be playing second for
You know
him.
the story of Mike and I
I
were
love
playing
Sims team.
It's
Look forward to having him.
That was like 15 years ago.
I had to draw the 8 for the left. And my boys say it's
Got a great looking stone here if it's got legs.
For the remote control, you and I were pros.
So I was, so again, if the rock was out here,
No.
if the rock was fighting the extra
No.
weight,
That's what we won the league.
it was blue, and I throw an intern out, and said throw it out to it.
Yes.
You know, it's like,
Yeah,
this
Tom
is the ice,
Chesney.
but
Just take time for this TV's to warm up.
And now
Let's go.
Don's car.
but then you watch it go down.
His first time.
All right.
It's straight. It's just how
So if you're
Trying to come around the whole
Trust me,
block.
I see it's like,
Pretty good.
Gotta chip it.
did he? He said it was good.
He knocked the
You guys stay for the
blue
shot?
rock for shot rock. However, it's exposed coming down this, there is a port here, looking down the sheet.
There is an opening.
Jerry Charbonneau getting an aggressive call here, going for the top of the floor. Try to sit 1 and 2.
Leave that port. It is quite tight. You have to throw pretty hard to get through the ground.
Let's go.
Catch it.
You're playing with them.
He could be heavy here and we can roll off this yellow stone.
Did they agree to that? Okay. Oh, good.
So he's coming pretty good for it, which I think is what Jerry's going to call here now. He got it in time, and I believe he did. What a good shot there from Dave. Might roll away. Just roll away for second, for third rock.
Quite to get the plane quick enough to get the good roll.
I fold when I skip.
And just a little more of that yellow stone.
The men are playing.
Now the question is who shot. I think it is blue in the top 8, and there's Holder. I think they're going to try and negotiate it.
As Roger said, he's going to have to throw pretty firm here to keep the line through this port. There's plenty of room there, but if you are down weight, certainly won't hurt.
Chip one of the guards away here would be just fine. It won't put that shot on.
Absolutely.
Take a run at it though, on the car with a little lift. And this is firm.
Looks pretty good.
Shorty's good.
Really good.
He's all over it. He's going to get a little roll here. He's going to get a little roll. Wow, don't do too much of a roll.
Need to respect just a little bit.
Yeah.
Nice shot,
Great
though.
shot.
Remove shot rock. And, top car passes 1 and 2.
Jerry never worries. Go ahead. I don't know. Let's see if you put the handle on it.
I know, yeah.
He has an option here, does Jerry Archambault. With his third Paul George throwing his first round, he could just throw a cold draw here, and if he's a little heavy, he has the option of a hit, a little hit and roll off of the yellow stone. It's got weight to it,
Really good.
and it's going to be just right.
Really good.
Just right. Fine shot there from Paul George.
Tucked it under.
Last night he threw a no handle and made the shot perfect.
So Paul George pleased with his effort early here in the first end.
All smiles.
None of us are out there to miss shots, that's for sure.
Really? Oh my
So
God.
when we do make them, it's a great relief when we do make them.
Can open things up now.
First rock from Vice Mike Summerall. Roger said he will attempt to heal these two blue rocks. And lose his shooter, preferably, I would say, or a corner guard out here on the right.
I know, man. It's pretty good. God, you look old.
Looks real good.
Last time you were a kid. Holy crap, I
Great
wasn't
shot from
bad.
Mike here. It's going to work out perfectly. Beautiful shot.
Rolls everything up.
And even guarded the corner over here. Very nice shot.
Shots like that, we can see a lot of these two teams.
Good call. Got to believe a little tap or a guard. I think he's calling for a little tap. Nothing wrong with sitting 1 and 2. You can almost tap it to the back one
You look great.
if he's heavy. Got to err on the side of light here, right, Roger?
4 feet box guard's okay here.
Yep.
Oh, I know.
It looks like it's got tap weight. Coming over now, he's definitely got enough weight to tap.
Can hang around for 1, 2. Yes,
Don't know. Maybe.
too far.
They're taking a look. Certainly shot rock, wide open. Found just tap 1 and 2, so that would
He thinks they're 2.
indicating that he's on board with blue sitting too.
I got the same thing. Just one payment left.
On the rocks behind T line though.
Lined up for a thin double here. If he could hit shot rock thin and slide it across the sheet to the other stone, he may get both of them here.
I gotta go that way.
Certainly would like to roll over in front of that one. Down weight here, it's really buckling on him.
And they got about a quarter rock. And it's going to go across. Ooh, just missed it.
Almost had to hit it just a little thicker.
Yeah, almost a perfect hit and flop on the back stones.
That changes things a little, however, everything is behind the tee line.
And yellow still shot, but wide open. Blue second shot.
And we're down to skip rocks here in the first one.
Shot rocks. Here's second one.
Oh, I should go to that stuff.
Shout out to Doug Smith out there, if he's out there possibly listening. Doug was a pretty integral part in the tech scenario of our curling club, and he's greatly missed.
Yeah, magnificent effort getting us all together. And having put up 2 new cameras this summer, I can now appreciate the amount of fun in pulling 600 feet of Siamese cables.
Jerry's a little outside on this. He's going to get shot rock out.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Still's going to sit 1 or 2 with that.
Did hang around.
Yep.
Yeah, so we play together.
Yeah.
The force is still
Do
on.
the hurdle again?
Dan Deacon, fantastic. He's a first year.
Tom Clark surveying his options here for first end with hammer. Probably a freeze on the rock on the right's not a bad shot. That would be the shot rock.
No, I don't even have an email yet. Look at this damn Deacon. And we're like,
I know he's on one of my teams. I don't know which one. I think that
I'm
was on that team. That's the one he
And I
started.
have a few friends who went over to watch all the Christmas episodes in the office.
Hey,
Would you like
did
to
you
join?
know?
Yeah, that's good. Steve, Kelly, Lee, you?
Yeah, that'd be great.
No,
Last year.
back to work.
Alex is kind of intense.
6.
Oh, thanks, Dave. That guy, yeah,
6:30.
all that work.
Tom Clark looking to, I believe he's looking to throw a freeze on shot rock here behind his yellow guard. Even if he could stop at shot rock without coming to the freeze and get it directly behind the guard on the 4-foot would be a pretty good shot. Doesn't even need to be on the 4-foot, just full 8, right?
I mean, Alex is still on board. Everybody
Yeah,
else
that
is-
would be enough.
Sure.
What kind of tablets?
The ever solid Tom Clark.
Williams is there. Yeah, I remember Williams.
Certainly when you start talking about outstanding players in our club, he is in that discussion. Don't know if this has legs to get there or not. It looks like he came up a little short. Unfortunate miss there for Tom. Still leaving Jerry sitting 2.
Is there like?
3 and 3. At least we'll see. Oh my God.
Pretty sure you want to sit 1, 2, 3 here.
This is not how you
Yeah, it
live.
wouldn't hurt.
Alright. I'm gonna
Ice
go
would indicate that he's drawing.
tomorrow night, I'm gonna go
Or just a 12.
trade stores.
Cover the center line and the 8-foot's a good shot too, right?
Yeah, they're already 1-2, so the force is still on.
Don't you cashews from Hooters?
Be a big pressured shot here for Tom if Jerry can execute here. This one's well out. Looks like it's going to come. He might chip himself out in the back here.
It's a bit heavy. Went right through.
Tom pretty much has an open draw to the 4-foot for his 1.
Hey, see you, son. See you later.
Tomorrow I'm going to Target. Talk to you
I'm
on
going over
Thursday.
by the Big E.
Have a Thursday. Huh?
Hammer stone for Tom Clark in the first end. As Roger alluded to, this is known as a force in curling. Doesn't want to give up 2 here. Must get 1. You can hear Tom saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. He thinks he's got too much weight. Certainly doesn't need any sweeping. And I don't know. He's actually running out of gas. I think he's got it. And a very nice draw there from Tom to get his 1.
There you go.
So Tom and Jerry finished their first end. Well, credit, I can't take credit for that one. That's I just received a text from a fellow curler, Dave Palazzoli, who said Tom and Jerry cartoon. It's very funny, Dave. So Tom and Jerry, 1 Tom, 0 Jerry at the end of 1. We have a lot of wannabe comedians in the curling club.
Wannabe? I thought they did legit.
Our comedian.
I don't even know what is it? Like a Manhattan? Something like a Manhattan.
And some that are bona fide, already there.
Yeah.
Anybody that could watch for at least a minute.
Thank you. I don't want my spot. Okay, fine.
Dan Reed with his first rock, looking to guard the center.
Just email him. Yeah, well, I put an extra 15 with my dues to, and I said. for-
Definitely going to go on the rings, maybe to the top of the 4-foot circle here.
Well, I used to
Nothing
say
wrong
to
with
ask me to call. So it was in on that 100. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, shit, it's
I like to go hand wave and turn up, look at you, this guy,
And Jerry doesn't want that rock around. Some skips may opt to throw a corner guard here and leave that rock alone.
you know, doesn't even turn on wave like, you know, it's like, he just keeps it back to you and says, yeah, yeah.
Mike Crumma with his first rock, looking to take this rock out. Probably like to roll away, I think, roll away to the outer wings, but looks like he's going to get to the nose. Good shot. Such a cat and mouse game curling can be sometimes. You know, if you start playing this kind of a game early in an end, you're sort of setting yourself up to blank the end.
So that's right.
Unless there's a miss. Take this rock out. Probably like to roll away, I think. Roll away over the weekend in our club championship, Roger and I curled together, and we had one game where for 4 ends we played pretty much this game. And it can get a little nerve-wracking after a while.
It was 2-1 after 5.
Well, they probably, I don't know who the stronger curlers, whoever the man.
You know, if you start playing this kind of a game early in an end.
Well, I think they're better teachers. Gotta come through again. I'm getting my exercise tonight for all of Howard's personality.
Almost like you're curling.
Kate taught me golf.
Couple miles and back and
We're
forth.
in class. You're around.
Yeah,
You're
I was
going
a
around.
tough teacher.
Two nice shots there from two nice takeouts from Mike Crumma, leaving Jerry sitting one above the tee line, just into the 8-foot circle. And Tom will waste no time asking Don Dakar to get rid of that. Joined in the broadcast booth by Eric Bjornlund. Welcome, Viking. Down weight here. They're going to have to go. This rock's really going to come up hard on them. And I don't know that this has a chance. Just down weight a little bit. So a break that Jerry Archambault was looking for here. He'll probably opt to split the house now. Funny how one miss, Roger, can change the complexion of an end real quick.
Yep, if you were playing this trade hit game, one miss is enough.
Yep. We were
Open the
fortunate
door.
enough this weekend to have that happen to us, and fortunately for us, the team missed their next shot, so we bailed.
Well, you're one hit and roll out away, half shot away from skating.
Mm-hmm.
Very hard to maintain a split house for an entire end.
They're really beating this rock up, and I don't know if they're going to get it to the rings or not. It looks like it's running out of legs, and in fact it did. So there's the scenario we just described. Now we're right back to that hit game and clear it out.
Yeah, the team without the hammer can shoot 50% and skate away. The team with hammer, to maintain that split house position, has got to shoot. They got to make all their shots.
That's
basically.
right. Don Dakar, nice shot here. He firmed it up a little bit. I don't know if he's going to keep his shooter or not. And it looks like he's certainly got a piece of the 12-foot over there.
Just going to hang on to the rings.
Yeah. Now Jerry will disregard that, having a corner guard up over here. Try to get one on the rings behind it. Dave Schroeder's second rock. Plenty of weight here. Looks a little toasty. Might just go right through. An unfortunate miss there for Dave.
Now a chance for Team Clark to set up a force by getting another rock in.
Mike Samararo's first rock of the second end. Looking to draw around this blue rock. As Roger pointed out, he'd love to force Jerry to have to take one here. And that's how you set that up. Doesn't look like he's by the guard. I don't know. Oh, he just did sneak it by. What a great shot from Semi. Beauty. Nice sweep in there. As Sean Lanigan would say, it was a nice team shot. Now Jerry will change his tactic here a little bit. Let's see if Paul George can draw one down to shot rock and wind up froze to that rock in front of the tee line would be an ideal scenario to get him back in business to get two. Not getting by. Just a little kiss. It's going to roll to the button, though. And just passed. And wind up shot rock. Not in a bad spot because he moved the guard over a little bit and exposed the yellow stone.
Chance for Team Clark here to sit 3, though.
Yeah, really put the pressure on Jerry to force here. Clearly heard Tom thinking that shot was narrow, I believe. And they're still after it. And he's got it, and he's actually going to roll behind shot.
Good that they did, otherwise that would have set up a nice pocket back there.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul George is being asked to bump these stones back. Open up the scoring area a little bit.
It's real tight.
Clips the guard, but opens up the whole house.
Not a bad scenario to be in when you're skipping, when you start throwing guards. Usually something's going right for you when you start throwing guards when you're skipping.
Yeah, it's always a good sign, I think. And these rocks probably aren't good enough to steal, but by guarding these up, you're ensuring a force here.
Sure.
And you might pick up a cheap steal if Jerry's last draw comes up a little short or goes a little long.
Mm-hmm.
You always want to make the other guy draw against multiples multiple times during the game. That's usually the way to build up the pressure and get a couple cheap points.
I'd bet even money that if Tom guards this up, that Jerry's going to pound away on the guard and try and get everything behind the tee line. Give himself a little more look at the rings to get his one. Line looks real good here from Tom.
So Tom Clark with his first, just trying to throw a corner guard over these stones on the 4-foot.
A little heavy. It's going to come right down to these stones. A little heavy.
Yeah,
Not sure he exactly wanted to do that.
The line was pretty good. They could have stopped earlier.
Hmm.
Now there's a little pocket.
Jerry still in hopes of two here. If he can freeze right to shot rock here, he puts himself back in the running for two. Don't want to come up short here. So high pressured shot here for Jerry Archambault in the second end. Clark sitting 4.
You know, the good news is he has an open house to draw to with his last, and this will be good practice for that draw. So you get a good feel for the ice for after this shot.
Yeah, he may have to come back and do it again. Weight looks good, line looks good.
And it's going to be tapping.
You don't want to tap and roll away, and that's what he's going to do. Stayed out just a little bit. He had to roll the other way, if anything. If you were going to tap, you wanted to tap and roll the other way, but not that way. He's leaving.
Yeah. You want to be right on the nose.
The good news for Jerry is if Tom executes here, he's going to have a pretty open shot for his one.
With a couple catchers.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just a tad heavy. That line was very good.
Yes, it was.
Just about a broom lighter, and that would have worked out very well. Chance for Tom Clark to sit 5 here. Well, you'd almost want to roll away to the other side to make Jerry's last draw just a little more difficult.
Tom might have set this one out a little bit. I don't know how much this is going to curl.
Might get the little wick. No, it's coming nice
It's
now.
coming nice now. Yep, down weight, it curled. He's going to roll right over to the other rocks.
Nice easy board weight on that.
Yeah.
And he rolled through the hole, which is actually very good. That makes the last draw now a little more difficult.
Right, there's less and less of a pocket there now.
Yeah, the pocket's not as big.
So pressured shot here from Jerry Archambault. Team Clark sitting 5. And Jerry's got rocks to draw too. But you don't want to come up short.
Well, he just threw this shot, so he should have a good idea of the weight required. You can be a little tight on this and still roll somewhere good.
Hammerstone, second end. High pressured shot here against 5 for Jerry Archambault. This one looks much better for weight. I don't think I would leave it. Gotta go here though. Gotta go. Gotta go and roll it off that rock. Right, looks like a great shot.
Perfect.
Great shot from Jerry. What a great throw.
Made the nice adjustment, got his one.
Yep.
And we've got a tie game after 2.
Yeah, we'll turn this into a 6-end curling game.
There you go. Tom Clark with the Yellow Stones will have the hammer here in the third end.
Great shot from Jerry. We'll think about that one as this game progresses against 5. Very nicely done. Don't know if we've got anybody in the chat room out there yet. I guess MJ is out there. Call us up and say hello, folks. On to the third end we go.
Yeah, Mike came out a little soft there and gave her a little push. It's going to work out okay.
Mm-hmm. Just skidded onto the rings there.
Just going to touch the rings. Tom Clark very content to play this tight to the vest. Going to go ahead and remove the stone. The other option would be to throw a corner guard here. Dan Reed with a takeout attempt.
I will be curling with Dan in the second half on Tuesday evenings as part of the Kevin Stevens rink in the Allen, and along with Mike Crumma as well. That'll be Kevin Stevens, myself, and Mike Crumma and Dan Reed playing with Kevin Stevens. Looking forward to that. Looks like Mike took a little bit off of this one. No, he threw the same weight he just threw. Well done. Going to tap himself onto the rings a little further here, a little separation. Not bad. Not a bad outcome.
And Tom's not going to throw that takeout again. He's going to go to the wide side of the rings.
Explain that strategy, Roger.
Just going to throw one out on the edge here, and he's going to score his 2 in the middle later.
Try to get it far enough away from the 4-foot circle if you can here, so they can't. It makes it harder hit and roll, right?
Yeah, you want to put this way out on the 12-foot if you can.
It's actually deep and may go right through.
As we know from playing here this weekend, it's deadly straight going inside out.
Yes,
it
is.
On that line.
Yep.
You can, if you want to go to the 12-foot, you could probably put the broom in the middle of the 8-foot.
Yep.
It just doesn't go hard that way.
Jerry looking to junk it up here with Dave Schroeder's first rock.
And Jerry can take a few more chances this end now that he's shot rock up on top of the house. After that, Dan Reed's rock went to the back of the rings. Can throw another guard or come around the center guard that Mike Crumma threw.
Really starting to curl hard here, too. This is going to work out great. Makes getting both rocks difficult now. Both on the rings. Tom might opt to hit something here now. Yep.
Yeah, they're sitting 2, not a good 2, but they are sitting 2, right. So the force is on. I'm not sure if that back stone is on the rings or not, but if it is, they're a bit of a long way from bringing that back into play.
Yep, surely looks like it's touching the red back there.
Yeah, given our camera angle from in front of the house, I'm guessing it's probably on.
Yep. Don DeCar now looking to throw some weight here.
A little cleanup on aisle 3.
Yep. And it's definitely got 1, maybe 2.
Going to get a couple out, I think.
Nice shot from Donnie. Good throw from
And
Don.
rolls for a corner.
Yeah, good shot from Don.
Oh, and that almost spun on the rings. That would have been terrific. So the deuce is now back in place. So Dave Schroeder needs to see if he can drop one on the rings here.
Plenty of weight. A little split here would be great if you can get a little tick. A little tick would work. That's going to work out really good. 1 and 2 split apart. Great shot there from Dave Schroeder. Really curling hard on him. I don't know if he's going to keep his shooter. He's going to get one of the blue ones off the ring. And it's going to roll off. Okay. Blue still sitting 1.
And they need to get another stone back on the rings.
Sure.
Keep that force in play.
Preferably right alongside of it on the other side, right? So the double's out of play. I don't know if you want to bring this rock close to this one, make the double possible.
I think if you get it too close to that corner guard, they can hit and roll under, and then you're forced into throwing the run back.
Right.
If you're playing for the force, I just go the other side. Maybe
Yeah, almost going where he's got his broom almost.
Yeah, get away
Little
from
difference of strategy here from Jerry.
Depends on whether you're trying to steal or force here. If you're trying to steal, maybe you come under.
Right.
If you're trying to force, get those rocks away from each other.
Sure.
Not stealing the end with no center guards.
Yep. Now, if this is light, he's going to plunk it right alongside of the other one here. And that's, in fact, what he did. So,
And that sets up a pretty easy double.
Yep, just off nose. On
Just
the one.
off nose double, yep.
He may even slide it underneath the guard if he hits it just right. That would have been the, that would have been the bad feature of getting close enough to the blue rock to set up a double.
Yeah, you got to get fully underneath, or
or split the house.
Yep. No doubles a gimme though.
Nope.
Mike Cimarero with his last stone this end. Trying to double off these two blues.
Down weight, it's really taken off on
And they're
him.
getting some curl here with that weight. He's just going to get the one that tickles the back one. Just gets the one stone.
Jerry opting to throw a guard on top of this one. No hammer here. This rock looks like it's got a lot of weight.
I think that one's going through.
I think it's going to the hack, unfortunately. Yep, not good. So now, Tom back in business for his deuce here. As long as he doesn't jam this onto the back one. I personally would like to hit and roll to the left behind the corner guard. Get rid of the blue one and skitter it right behind the guard. Looks like semi-firm this one up a little.
Yeah, I want to avoid the jam in the back.
And it's exactly what it's going to do.
And nutted the back one.
Yep. Curled a lot there, even with that weight. Either got to come the other way or it takes more ice. Pretty good shot. That shot worked out pretty good for Jerry to, again, get back in business here to force Tom to one. If he can execute a hit and stick.
It just knows this would be fine.
Yep.
He put a lot of weight on this, but there's a lot of curl here.
It's coming. I don't know that he's going to keep his shooter. I think the shooter's going bye-bye. Yep.
Indeed it does. But no real harm.
Tom back in business for two if he can get one behind this corner guard. Or he could opt to throw one in front of the blue rock and hope for a jam.
Yeah, either freeze to the back one or go around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I like going around the corner here. You got it.
Me
Might as
too.
well use it.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to go to the... I'm not so sure of that ice. That's an awful lot of ice to get behind the yellow rock. That's 6 feet.
Like he might be just drawing in front.
Mm-hmm. Good option, certainly.
Another thought here is that the corner guard is splittable. And that could come into your thinking. Don't have to move it far.
No, you don't. Tough shot with that blue one on the rings, but yeah, it's possible. Tom with his first rock in the third end. Little cat and mouse curling here early in the Charbonneau final. Got a long way to go here to get in front of that blue rock.
It's going back house.
Yeah, it's coming though. Got to stop for shot rock.
And it's going to hang around. Tom, a shot rock in the back.
I think Jerry will waste no time in banging this one. Sit 1 and 2 if he can. This, I believe, is our last event of the year, correct? This is our last night of curling until January the 2nd.
Yeah, the flood is imminent.
Customary
as we
flood.
get done curling this half. That'll straighten out a little bit of the wonkiness that builds up over a few months of curling.
Is it me, or as Jerry Archambault gets a little older, he's looking more and more like Jerry Garcia?
Yeah.
And I love Jerry Garcia, but I love Jerry Archambault too.
Turn this one in.
Really buckling on him.
Yeah, he turned this one in here.
I'm not sure he's going to. He did get it, and he cleared the rings too. So
well, now that split comes back into play.
Yeah, it does. I wonder if Tom will give it a shot, or he'll just blank the end. He's taking a look at it. I don't see why you wouldn't try it here, right? It's for a deuce.
Yeah, deuce might be hard to come by the way things are going.
Now, I wonder why it looks like he's drawing for 1. I'm not sure why he wouldn't try to split that on the rings and get 2 here. It's a makeable shot. He's only got to move it 3 inches, 4 inches, right?
I was going to say, if you hit 2/3 of a rock, I think you spill that on and the shooter too.
It's really a kind of worth a shot, but doesn't seem to be in the cards for him right now.
I mean, it's not an easy deuce. You have to hit that the guard pretty thick.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's reconsidering.
He is reconsidering as we speak. He got down and said,
Yeah.
He's thinking about the shot that Roger and I were pointing out.
They spotted it.
Why not? I mean, why wouldn't you try it? If you're going to draw for 1, you might as well try this and get 2.
2/3 of a rock here. Spill the shooter on. This one's going to go back here probably.
And if you don't make any, you blank the end and keep the hammer.
That's right. Either get 1 or 2 or
blank.
0, right? They're all good. They're all good.
Oh, God.
You'd prefer not to get 1 here, but if there's a chance to get a deuce.
Pointing out, Semi's pointing out to the front end what kind of weight he'd like to throw for the shot. And that would be back 8 weight. I agree. Doesn't even need to be that heavy, I don't think. It could just get there and just flop over. It could really be a heavy draw.
Got to hit it pretty thick, though.
Yeah.
So you have to throw enough weight to get your shooter onto the rings.
Right. And he's almost going to go off the sheet here with it doing so. I think you got to go. Tom's saying he needs to curl. It's starting to come up. Go the other way with it, guys.
Well, if you miss it, just sweep it through and get your blank.
Yeah, it's not got enough to go through either. I think a blank in the end here.
Yeah. There's an interesting blank.
Oh, wow, I'll say. Usually when we say interesting blank, I think what Roger's pertaining to is most of the time when you throw a blank on like that, you make believe takeout.
You're firing the rock, yeah.
Here, Tom threw top of the house weight. Yeah. What a funny game we play. Yeah. Thank you, Ryan. So a blank end here in the third, allowing Tom Clark to keep the hammer into the fourth end.
So we'll play the third end all over again here in the fourth. Mike Crumma with his first, throwing a center guard. And this one will spill in. And then some. And out to back. So now a free shot for Team Clark. They can throw a corner here, or they can just come right into the rings. And Dan Reed just dropped that right on the top 8. And Mike Crumma will be asked to remove the stone.
Sailed this one a little wide. And I don't know that it's really coming hard, though. I think he's got enough to chip it.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Oh, what a good shot. I never would have guessed that rocket, having him throw it out like that, was going to come back, but it really did come up really good on him there. Effective shot from Mike.
Going to try to put it back in the same spot.
Mike Crumma trying his hand at skipping this year in the rink. I believe that he finished in 4th place.
He did indeed.
Which allows him to be part of our Garber League, the next rung in the men's ladder.
Indeed, he will be.
Curling on Monday night, moving up.
Yep, he'll be tired of seeing me. I'll be playing third for him on Monday, and he's my lead on Wednesday. So
I'm also curling with him on Tuesdays. So.
Dan Reed put that back, this time around the tee line. Now Dave Schroeder gets a chance to remove it from play.
Looks like a good shot here from Dave. Sending it out the back. He's going to lose his shooter here.
He's trying to avoid the jam on the back, and it just over-curled.
It came up hard, yeah. It really came up hard there. Over-curled just a bit, and Tom will have another shot of putting it back. Thank you, Ryan. Not through the rings, I don't believe. Checking up here. Not going to get it right in front of the blue one, but it's on the rings for a shot.
As the boomerang rock keeps coming back.
And once again, we're in that same mode of peeling this yellow rock off of the rings here.
Put it in, take it out. Put it in, take it out.
Hey, now. Dave Schroeder, you better go hard because this rock is going to go sideways on him if he's down. Sweepers are dragging it right out nicely, however. I don't know that he's not keeping his shooter again. So keeping an empty house once again here.
Might want to try a different spot.
Yeah.
Don Dakar.
Looks like a little more weight than they've been thrown. I don't believe this is going to stay on the rings.
Yeah, semi-yelling all there, all the way down. He's going to chunk into the blue one in the back. And
clean everything out.
all the trip
All
hazards are
gone.
gone.
No more trip hazards. The old head buster in the back of the house.
Now we start over again. Back to the center guard.
Paul George now, his first rock of the fourth end. Looks like a high guard. Jerry's jumping out of the house to help sweep. Going to set up a corner guard here for Tom.
Yep, over curling quite a bit.
Yep.
And go around that puppy. They know how to get there. They've thrown it about 3 times.
Yes, they have.
Cimarero trying for the come around the corner.
Big shot here. Typical cat and mouse curling game here. You really need to get one behind the guard here.
Now if you can sink one, you got your deuce set up.
Weight looks real good to me. I think they got to finish this baby up, huh?
He's still waiting on the curl.
Yep. Nice shot from Semi.
Got it half buried.
That's half buried.
Yep.
Maybe not even. But a good throw. Nice weight. Just didn't finish to get behind the blue one. So big shot from Paul George here. You definitely do not want to leave that yellow rock on the ring.
I think Paul's just asked to come down and freeze.
Looks like a great shot here.
Ooh, no bounce, folks. No bounce. No bounce. Got that separation.
Yep. So Tom can ask Semi, I believe, to hit and roll right underneath. I'd like these rocks right in a roll.
Yep. Just tap that and roll under.
Well, he doesn't mind rolling. Rolling away is going to jam it, though, isn't it? I'd love to roll and come right underneath that blue rock and sit 1-2 myself, but. And I think that's what he's going to opt to do.
Yep. Looking for the little hit and roll underneath cover here.
It's real tight. However, the sweepers are on it early, and they are dragging it out. I don't know if he's going to keep his shooter, though.
Just by the guard.
Yep. And it did stick around.
It's going to hang on the rings.
Yep. Not bad.
Behind T-line, though.
Yep.
That's going to force
the draw master, Jerry Archambault, to
lock a freeze on here.
Yep. Big shot here from Jerry. Been a lot of chances this end to get things going here, and it seems like every time that either team gets a little something going here, the other team has an answer for it. This one's not curling enough.
It's got a little weight.
A little weight, and it's just taking the curl right out of it, unfortunately, for Jerry. I think Tom's going to wind up sitting 1-2 here. off the rings and out. That's an unfortunate place there now.
Now a chance to set up a big end.
Yep.
Get around that corner guard high.
Right there. Oh yeah, I'd like him right in a row.
Get about 2/3 buried behind that high
Behind
corner.
that blue rock, absolutely.
You'll be in great shape.
Yep. Stop this one right on the second S of excess.
Yep, that would be where you want to be.
Roger
Drawing.
diagramming exactly where this rock would be really ideal. Right
Right
about there.
there.
Would be sweet.
That would be golden.
Roger Rowlett operating the telestrator this evening. Such a handy little tool. When I was broadcasting last week the R6 Sheet Open, I was playing around with the telestrator a little bit. It's actually kind of fun. Tom with his first rock now. Looking to get somewhere behind this blue guard as Roger just diagrammed for you. I think he's got a great shot here if it gets by the guard. Might be a little, looks like it's running out of legs though. Nope, he's actually got it. Got to keep going. Got to keep going. Got to keep going.
That's it.
Pretty darn good shot.
Pretty close to where we put the spot.
One more foot back would have been outstanding, but it's half buried. Certainly protecting shot rock. Now, does Jerry take a chance and come the other way?
I think he's looking at the end off to get a rock away and maybe flop. That was his first look. The other one would be to throw the draw, but that's pretty uncharted territory. Not many rocks thrown out that wide. This is his last rock, so I think he's got to make a move on this rock on the 12-foot and see if he can roll under.
Skitter it right under for shot rock.
Probably not looking for a
the
double.
shot that I left you with in the
Yes.
final on Sunday, unfortunately. Not something you want to throw every time you get in the hack. But
this one's pretty flat, but what you're looking for here is a flop, I think.
I know this real estate quite well, and believe me, Jerry throws good weight here, so he doesn't have to worry about it. If you are down weight here at all, this ice that they're calling the rock is going to curl like crazy.
Yep.
Right here.
But he's looking for a flop on the shot stone.
Got to hit almost half of it hard. And you know the miss, if it's a miss, just getting a little piece of that rock gives him a double. So there are two ways of making it. Looks tight to me.
It's tight. Question is, can they hold it?
No chance.
Going to go right through
As
the
I
middle.
pointed out,
A lot of curl out there.
There's even with weight, if you're inside a little bit, it's disastrous there for Jerry Archambault.
And again, having played the sheet all weekend, the inside out on that would have been a lot easier to.
Absolutely.
You probably could have put the broom on the edge of the rock.
And quite often we don't throw that turn, but I'm going to get more into the habit of it, having seen that rock do what it did a couple years ago, playing in this exact Charbonneau final. I threw the same shot on the same part of ice with the same outcome. So we had pointed out that we do. We play this enough, we play this ice enough to know that if you're inside there, it's a disaster. So Tom Clark drawing for 4 here. And this will definitely open the game up.
So a profitable blank in 3 to set up an opportunity for a bigger end. And this weight looks great. Just come right up to.
This is a 4-bagger for Tom Clark. Blowing this game somewhat open right now. 5-1 after 4.
So at the midway break, it's Team Clark 5, Team Archambault 1. Team Archambault playing the blue rocks will have the hammer in the 5th end.
Well, let's see if Jerry can pull. Don't have to get them all back at once here. Got to get your deuce. You got to be thinking 2 here if you're Jerry Archambault at this point. And
he won't be chasing any rocks now. You need to get some guards in play.
Right. Yeah, everything is your friend at this point if you're Jerry.
And rocks behind tee line, guards up front, all that's going to help you hide some stones or
Sure.
keep them from being removed.
Could be a mistake of not in this game, but as I've watched in our club, of relatively inexperienced skips might still get into that panicky mode and start taking rocks out. You have to recognize that when you're down a bundle like this, that every rock in play is something you can use.
Yep.
You can manufacture something with other rocks in play.
And the key is to get your rocks above your opponent's rocks in the house.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
the control.
That's
Give
something
yourself
you and
a
I have
chance.
discussed over the
Yep.
years, and I am completely on board with that strategy.
Well, it's my the lesson I learned from Bill Hope, a really good curler out of PEI that we curled with up in New Liskeard in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And that was pretty much his strategy in a nutshell, and that pays dividends. So successful draw around the center guard, goes a little deep, but it's a player. Dan Reed coming around trying to get on top of that stone. This line looks really good, doesn't it?
Sure does. This is a dandy shot. If it just runs out again, it's going to be right in front of it.
There you go.
A little bit of a bump there, but good throw from Dan.
Rocks in play, though. So Mike Crummo will be asked to essentially repeat that shot. Tap the yellow stone just thrown to the back of the house. Well, here's another nice shot here. All right, they're building the wall, Dave, in the back of the house.
Yes, they are. It's a real tight line here from Don. I think he's got to come up and play the raise here. Got to come up and play the raise here. It's not going to quite get there. Going to get the one in the back, however. And a good outcome.
Accomplish something.
Good outcome. It works. Don shaking his head. He's not totally happy with the shot, but it did work.
Left a guard in play, though, so now a chance for Jerry Archambault to drop another blue one around the center guard.
Sure, you got to give some shelter. We can see half of that from here. So he's got to give this blue rock a little shelter.
This is way out there.
Comes hard with the right weight, though. It's really starting to buckle.
There she goes.
There it is. This is a great shot. If it's got legs, they had to wait for it to curl, and the momentum usually will leave the rock the longer you leave it out there. This rock actually needed a little bit of sweeping.
Man, that overcurled. Look at that.
Yep, it did.
They got two behind, though.
Yep.
Now a little delicate shot here by Don DeCar, trying to chip out shot stone. Can only see about a half of it.
Better line here for Don on this shot. Better line. I think he's going to like this. Boy, it's not coming. It flattened out, though. It's
going to catch a
going to
piece.
tick it. It's going to tick shot rock. And leave yellow sitting one in the back 8.
Just enough.
Jerry not panicking here. He's still got an end going. He's got a couple blue rocks on the park. Looks like he's probably sitting 2 and 3 right now. So this is a big shot here from Monsieur Schroeder.
Yeah, those 2 rocks in the back are dead pigeons. If you can bury one around, you can take those out later.
Yep. Yeah, you don't want to play around with those now and get behind the tee line. He's by here. This is going to be a great shot if it doesn't tick.
You're just going to wreck
Just
it.
going to skinny
Oh, he got by.
This is a great shot. You want to sit right on the other rock. That's a great shot. Great shot. 1 and 2. I mean, 2 and 3. 2, 3, and 4.
2, 3, and 4. And so now all of a sudden Tom Clark
Ooh,
could
boy.
be getting a little bit of trouble. A lot of blue building up.
With your little telestrator, I think putting a rock behind these 2 blue ones would be pretty darn good right now if you're Tommy.
Yeah, you need to get something
right
back
there. Oh,
there.
Yeah. Right behind those blue ones where you can't see it. Big shot here from Semi. Started the rock out on the broom. Looks like he got out there. Weight looks like it's all there.
Yeah, sweepers aren't making a motion.
I think he's coming right to the shot in the back. And in fact, that's exactly what he did. Lining those yellow ones up back there. I don't know who's second rock now. Looks like blue's second rock.
Blue is second, so yellow's sitting 1 and 3 now.
I almost think you got a hit now, don't you? And roll underneath the blue ones if you're Jerry.
Or roll away, one or the other. Yeah, rolling underneath wouldn't be terrible, I guess. Depends on how much you want to bring these other rocks into
you know
play.
what? If you roll underneath these, you give Team Clark a chance to freeze on you, right?
And if you're going to hit these, I'd almost rather roll this way.
Yep. Started this one pretty far out. Boy, but it will come if the weight is right. I'll tell you what, this thing is going to come all the way behind those rocks if it doesn't run out of real estate. This is a great shot. If it gets by. And it didn't get by, but it's not bad. Not in a bad spot. Would have liked to hit it with enough momentum to roll it away and keep the yellow one open.
Yeah, the trouble is now they have to throw a run back to get a big end.
Rock came hard, too. He started it outside of the broom.
I think Semi's going to be asked to try to get around the center guard that was just thrown.
Geez, if you're short and you land in front of that blue one, kind of corner froze on, it's not bad.
Trying not to push this in.
Don't bop him in for shot.
And they're going to push it in a little bit.
Wow.
Yellow still shot in the back.
Yeah, there is room to get through there. It's tight.
Blue's now second and third. Boy, you can almost run this yellow in and see if you could get the one off the back four.
Move some of those yellow ones.
Boy, that would open up the scoring a little bit.
I mean, sure, if you hit half a shot rock with that yellow one, you might get 3 of them.
I think you can get them all moving.
You might
right?
get them all. I mean, it's a crazy shot to see,
You
but
hit
it looks
this
like
one
it's
here.
Looks like it's there.
Go on to that one, and they might all go, right? Get you back to action here. They're going for it.
No, it's more nose. He's going to roll to the middle a little.
Gonna over curl.
Over curl.
A lot of blue rocks to use
My
up front.
goodness, is there ever. I almost think Clarkie better take this run back away or hit. But he takes the risk of getting himself hurt here, doesn't he? With a run back, with, a hit and roll.
You got to be careful if you're getting rid of the one they just threw.
Yep. Because ideally you can diagram this one. If he hits the rock that was just thrown there, that blue rock that's in the 8 foot. If he hits that rock and just rolls ever so slightly to the center, what happens?
Oh, the yellow rock?
Right there. Leave the yellow rock right after taking that one out. Pretty
Probably
good.
not bad, as long as
Pretty
that one goes
right.
by, right?
Yep, I think I like that.
You don't want to hit
Up
this high
4,
side.
he's got a lot of blue rocks. Maybe you just cover things up here, maybe too.
They're looking at maybe a corner freeze.
Yep.
Really dangerous to move those right. You don't want to run one on the back.
You got to just plunk one right on top of these blue ones. You may take both of those run backs away. There's only one run back the way it is, the shot that's to the right.
Yeah, the only rock he can run in that's got the good angle is the one on the far right.
Yep.
Well, throwing a guard on this ice is no gimme here, especially coming this way where you get the huge curl.
It really comes up hard.
I'd almost want to throw the guard the other way. Got to get out there. Look like the line is okay. Trying hard to get it over.
Oh, that's a great shot.
And that's going to work out just fine.
Yep. Wow.
Oh, now it just took off.
It picked.
It's still probably okay.
It's even better.
Yeah.
It's even better. Jerry looking to throw a draw. It just doesn't look like enough ice. He just pointed to the rock, the blue rock that's in the 12 foot there. That's, if he comes around, he could tap it up as well. There's plenty of room between the yellow guard and that blue stone, so he could feasibly get to the face of this rock and tap it up.
Oh yeah, I think there's plenty of curl to get right to the nose.
For sure. It's not enough ice for the draw.
Yeah, as much as you hate to hit those rocks behind tee line, they might have missed an opportunity to run those off earlier in the end.
Sure. Yep.
Because what's happened is the scoring area is closed down because of that rock on the back 4.
Yep.
And all those pretty blue rocks are not counting. First skip stone for Jerry Archambault. To get by, it looked like they're getting the tap. And they got by, and it's going to over curl.
Yep, and just threw another one on the pile. However,
angles are still messed up.
Oh my goodness.
There's still no good angles. There are 6 blue stones in the rings and 1 lonely yellow shot rock. So this guy he's shot. And a lot of blue.
My goodness.
But how do you get to it?
How about if you run, can you get to that middle blue rock by running the yellow into it?
Maybe.
If you run the yellow rock that's on the left into the middle blue rock.
This one here.
Yeah, even the one next to it.
I don't think it goes.
No, the other one, that one. The one in the center. One right on the center line.
I don't think any of them, the angles are really bad.
Let's see what Jerry has up his sleeve here, the Hammerstone coming. Hi. Tom doesn't want to leave this in the middle of the 8 foot and give Jerry an in off, so he's short enough.
Don't want to give him a raise.
Right.
And the question is can you even use the stone that was just thrown? Is that your way in to get your bundle?
Double run back.
Well, just run this into this one. I don't know if you can get by the top blue. I don't know what the angles look like from
He's not even looking that way, so I'm guessing not. I don't know what he's got here. He might have this blue rock on the very outside here that Paul's looking at right now. The one right there.
Run the yellow.
Can he skitter it between the two blues and send the blue back onto the yellow?
I don't think so. I think
there
what you
enough
can
room?
do is he can run the yellow stone. He can run a yellow guard onto this and try to run that blue into shot rock.
Right, that he's got.
I think that's your
Tough
best
one.
shot. It's almost a nose raise. It's very close. These other angles, I just don't think they work. You know, you hit this middle stone.
They're
this
looking
stone's
at
going,
the shot I'm calling.
This is
however.
going that way.
I'm looking at the one on the outside. That one right there. Has it got room
This
to
one?
get to the stone the one on the right?
It comes off this
No,
one
yeah,
first.
so the-
I think it comes off that one first.
Okay, but that's okay. Can you get enough momentum to just even pop it back to the button?
Yeah, I think this stone
Skitter
goes
it
this
right
way,
back,
though.
yeah.
I think it goes the wrong way.
Think so?
And you're going to take a ton
Well, we're
of-
going to find out because he's going to throw.
He's going to throw some weight
He's
here.
going to throw some.
Well, he's running the yellow in is what he's going to do. He's running the middle yellow in.
Yep. And trying just to hope that he can wind up with one on the 4-foot circle.
That's the one he's running in.
Yeah.
And the only question is are there any angles in here that work on the shot rock?
Yeah, he's just got to.
He can raise something to the 4-foot for one,
right,
and that may
bounce
be
something around on something else, right?
Yeah, I
And
think
there's
he's
5 rocks there to hit.
I think he's just looking to raise
He's
one
gonna
onto
fire,
the floor.
and he is
We'll
firing.
see. Here we go.
It's got a chance. It's got a chance.
there's
It's going to
gonna
hit
be a-
something blue, I'll tell you that.
There's a lot of rocks moving.
Boom, boom, boom. And good call, Roger. You thought
Yeah.
the angles weren't there.
Yeah,
and
you
they
go
were.
every which way
Yeah.
except where you need.
So he's going to give up 1 here.
Steal one.
Steal of 1 to make it 6-1 at the end of 5.
Yeah, in hindsight, I think you had to run that one off the back 4 early in the end when you could still see it.
Yeah, you play
Even,
the
even if you
dangerous
roll
game
out,
there.
even
you
if
know?
you roll out, you still got a couple.
Especially with a
undercard.
couple rocks on the park, you know?
Yep.
Yep.
Big steal there in the 5th.
Yeah, that makes things even a little more greasy here for Jerry.
5-point cushion for Tom Clark's rink. Jerry Archambault's rink with the Blue Rocks will have the hammer in the critical 6th end.
Yeah, 20/20's hindsight there. Yeah, I guess down a bundle like that, maybe coming deep and getting those yellow ones out of there, and still sitting a couple. You know, you still would have a way of getting to a yellow stone, even if it's you might have to tick one of your own out of the way. You know, yeah, 20/20's hindsight, I guess. But
Even just getting the scoring area opened up so that some of those counters could come into play. They're in
Sure.
the top 8, top 12.
Yep.
I mean, there was a ton of Blue Rocks in, but none of them counted.
No, it was a bit of the one that got away for Jerry there, unfortunately.
So a center guard that overcurled a bit. Come around ticked, but it's going to get on the rings and it's going to be behind. It's partially behind the corner.
I don't think that Tom would be upset in forcing Jerry to 1 and getting the hammer back here in the 7th end up.
Sure. Yep. It's really all about keeping the big end away at this point.
Right.
Not quite sure what they were doing there. They trying to tap that back?
Jerry can get a little aggressive here now. Desperately needs a multiple end here. I mean,
And just keep piling them behind that corner. You've got 2 guards up front.
Me too.
You can stack a lot of rocks behind there. This one was a bit tight. It'll be another corner guard.
Yeah, it may come right to the nose of the Yellowstone. Just about. Okay.
Well, the one on the top 12 is well guarded.
Ba-da-da-boom.
There's 120 pounds of granite in front of it. I think it's not going anywhere.
I think if you're Tom, you could run it. Give it a shot. One of the old expressions in curling, the first hog to the trough. This is it.
Yep.
You can get one behind this pile, it's going to be hard to erase it. Don looks like he's got a pretty good stone here if the weight's right. Tom yapping for line, and his sweepers hesitated momentarily. I don't think this rock was going to get by, however. It's going to bounce and block the rings. Yep. Not a bad outcome.
Well, they opened up the blue rock. It's now
you can
exposed
tap
again.
the blue rock up now. Yep, right there. This rock is coming over real nice. I think he's got a great shot here.
It's going to split him on.
I think he's got a great shot. Just enough to not expose it. It's a great shot.
Yes.
A little thin double there. Tough, but thin.
Yes.
Could cross the face of this and get both of them and sit 2. Could Tom Clark.
Main thing is the
Hit it and sit
center
there
blue
is
one's
fine.
got to go. Yeah.
Right. Hit and
Center
sit
blue
is
one
fine.
has got to go.
Yep. Definitely by. Yeah, let it come up.
Curling hard.
Yep. Good shot there from Donnie.
And push the Yellowstone over. It can be used to run the blue one off the 12-foot as well.
Got to stuff another one though here, don't you? I'm not sure of this call here from Jer.
Got to hide one.
Why wouldn't you stick one right behind the blue one here? Just questioning his motif here. I think if I was calling, I would want one behind the blue guard and sit 1, 2. Behind the blue shot.
And we just get right behind all those
Why
corners.
not?
Ton of corners.
Why not? Down 6, down 5. Maybe he just wants them to throw it there and then sweep it there too, right?
Right. Get good line and go right by.
Yeah.
Get behind.
This looks light.
This will add to the pile of guards.
That
Now we got about
not exactly
200 pounds of granite in front of.
center guard with hammer down 5. Not exactly what Jerry had in mind, but that's what he called for. He only called for 3 feet closer to the park.
He's got a couple ways in. He can come off the Yellowstone on the right side with a hit and roll. Tom Clark's going to run this Yellowstone in to remove the last blue stone from the rings. Just a nice little angle, raise, takeout here. Doink. And away you go.
Yep. Might have threw this out a little bit, did Semi. It's going to come enough to do it or not. Angle I'm sitting, I can't see it. And he just tapped it up a little wide there. Now, will Jerry opt to hit this yellow stone and roll underneath? Which wouldn't be a bad call right now.
Well, it kills 2 birds with 1 stone here.
Yep.
Gets rid of a threat rock.
If you don't bury it all the way, I guess you leave the draw more difficult for Tom. I think you got to do something with this yellow rock here. Yeah. And leaving it exposed doesn't do anything for you either. You really got to hit and roll underneath here. I know you're going to leave the draw path open, but down 5 here. He's got to. This is going to work out real good. This is a great shot from Paul. Nice shot from Paul George. Great shot.
Sit.
Tough double. Double's not there.
It's even tough to chip out the blue, although they may try that. Or just draw.
Or just draw. Could run that yellow one, what he can see. If he hits what he can see of that yellow one, he might get both the blue ones. Take a look, Roger. If he hits that rock what he can see, he's going to double those blue ones if he can get weight.
Oh, he needs an awful lot of weight. So you'd have to make it this way.
Right.
That'd be awfully tough.
Nope. Throw in the draw. Probably the safer of the shots. You know. You don't do yourself a favor if you tick the higher yellow guard and roll away. He's not by the guard.
Don't want to tap another one in, that's for sure.
And it may. Not quite enough legs, I don't think. Oh, it did.
Ooh, almost. Could have been disastrous.
Now, if you're really talking about getting back into the game here, you can almost split this blue rock that's outside of the rings on the center line. You can almost tap that onto the rings and get the other one close. Get him one more in the ballpark here. If Paul's
might
narrow.
save that up for later.
Yeah, if
Yep.
Paul's narrow. Possibility.
Love to just sink one here, top 4.
Looks like a ton of weight.
Indeed. They might need that split.
If it comes enough, he's going by it. Ouch. Ouch, ouch.
Okay, well, no hog to the trough yet. Now, Simi's eyeing that angle raise to get rid of a blue stone.
I so want somebody to throw this shot.
You can get rid of 1 stone for sure. I'm not sure you can get rid of 2, but 1 stone for sure.
Tom's not throwing it either.
Yeah,
He's
he
going to throw
doesn't.
the
No
card.
way.
You know, and why should you? Really, he's up 5. If he can stuff one behind the pile here, he's in business. At least cutting Jerry down to 1. And he could steal the end. My guess is that if he can stuff one and steal the end, that we might be starting up the bus.
Yep. Yeah, if Tom can get to top 4 here, I think it'd be very difficult for Jerry to score.
Oh, I so agree. Not sure what he can do. I'll draw him.
But no one's found the magic line and weight yet. Tom Clark, his first stone here in the 6th end.
Not too many better than Tom in this situation with a draw.
They like the line.
It's not finishing, however. I think I would leave this up high, guys.
And if you don't get it buried, there's going to be another.
And it's really coming.
Oh, it
Oh,
buckled.
my God.
It buckled.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a good rock.
Sure is. Needed a little more sweeping.
Shot stone.
Yep.
Got it half buried. Jerry Archambault is going to have to try to chip that out.
Yeah, that's tough to come and hit it and flop to the center, which would be ideal. But really not a great deal of room between that and that blue one that's outside the rings.
You know, the amount of ice given looks like he's just trying to tap this back to the back of the house to sit 3.
Yes.
Get it close to nose
Yep.
as he can.
Yes, indeed. Well, if Jerry's going to get back into the game, it will be right here.
Key shot.
Yep.
He's like back 12 hack weight here. The weight
Looks
looks pretty good.
darn good weight. It's leaking on him, though, unfortunately. It's going to be on the blue one on top. If they let it come up, they can put another blue one onto the rings, which wouldn't be horrible. And it's going to open up the shot. Oh, just didn't get there.
Spun 2 more on.
However, he's got another pile of blue rocks on the rings again.
Yes, sir.
Oh, my goodness. So now if you're Tom, you got to tap this yellow one up a little bit, right? Why not?
You need a second rock in anywhere.
Why not?
Tap up would be good.
We can tap it right to the behind the E of excess on the blue circle. He's in business.
This is the lonely shot rock scenario. You desperately need 2
boy.
rocks on the rings.
Yeah, you don't need, curling's a funny animal. You don't need a pick.
No.
You don't need to hang one out here. And you can still make it by ticking off the blue rock out there and skittering the yellow one behind there. There's a lot of ways of making the shot. There's also a lot of ways of missing this shot. For those of us who have played this game for a long time, we know darn well that things can go amazingly correct and things can go amazingly wrong.
Make sure you get it by the blue. That's the real key here.
I don't know. I don't know. He's going to leave Jerry a double. He's going to leave Jerry a double for a bundle.
Oh, yikes.
Wow. Wow.
That's a double for 5.
I don't know if that's exactly what Tom had in mind.
You couldn't touch the blue.
This is to tie the game.
This is indeed.
This is to tie the game. A nose hit on that yellow rock that Tom just threw ties the game here for Archambault. Wow.
We were thinking early finish. Maybe not.
No kidding. Hey, I'm happy to stay here and call the game. I'm having fun watching and calling. I always have fun. It's a pleasure to be on these broadcasts with you, Roger, my friend. And we're seeing a good curling game here. I didn't expect this turn of events.
Just went wrong in a hurry.
Yep.
Last rock, 6th in. Jerry Archambault looking for a double here.
Doesn't have it. Gotta go, Paul. Gotta go. Gonna get 4, though. Gonna get 4.
Yep, looks like 4.
Maybe. 3 for sure.
I guess that works, but.
And it's 4.
Wow. Game on, baby.
So after 6 ends of play, we've got ourselves a 1-point game. Tom Clark playing the Yellow Rocks will have the hammer in the 7th end. Well, after looking like Tom Clark was going to run away with this thing, we've suddenly got ourselves a ball game again. Mike Crumma with his first stone here in the 7th. Fully open house. Dan Reed being asked to throw one into the wings.
Well, a great turn of events here in a game that looked like it was a runaway. Jerry Archambault made a really good shot to get 4 here, and we're back in the 7th end in a 1-point game.
Jerry's still got some work to do, though. He's down 1. Probably needs to steal this end. Dan Reed being asked just to split the house. And it looks like 2 nice rocks from Tom Clark's lead.
Oh boy, this rock picked.
It just took right off.
This rock picked. Might get it the hard way. Might get it the hard way. He's got it the hard way.
Oh, just missed. Almost. How unfortunate when that happens. Now Tom Clark has a chance to sit 3. Going to try to beat Jerry around this off-center center guard.
Got a ton of weight though, I don't know. This is gone. This baby's gonzo. Gonzo. Gonzo, gonzo. So difficult to think, you know, those shots that you got to be thinking short, a short miss, something in play, right?
Yeah,
Those
without
stones.
hammer.
You know, they're just
Shorter is better than
in the rack.
Than back, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when your previous shot was a hit, making that adjustment. Now another shot for Don DeCarr. Get around the center, sit 3. And that was a little bit further out.
I'm going to push the blue one up a little. No, maybe it's not. It's actually going to just skitter by it. Didn't make the rings.
But helps the Archambault rink now. They still have a chance to get around the clutter in the center.
Mm-hmm. You give up 1 here, it's not the end of the world. They have hammer coming home. But if Tom gets a deuce here, it's pretty much tall order.
It'll be very tough.
Yeah. Even though there's been a couple big multiple ends in this game, I wouldn't expect them one to happen in the 8th end. But you never know. Curling's a funny animal. Such a funny game.
Well, they need to sink one here.
Oh, yeah. Top 4 behind the yellow ones. Guarded.
Need to steal this end, I think, to make a game.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to over curl.
This will curl a ton.
Yep. Didn't get it. Didn't get it in time. Weight was pretty. It was a little heavy too, I think, but
just got to be way out there.
Not a bad miss though. It's just junking it up.
So who's going to get to the top 4 first here? One more try now for Team Clark. Semi with his first.
I think this is the game shot here. I think this shot dictates the game. If Semi sticks one on the top of the 4-foot here, I think that it's curtains. Also narrow. They're holding it though.
But will it hang around? They'll buy the top one?
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
So it opened up the draw path here for, put another one on the rings though for Clark.
But those I think are irrelevant. You get one on the
Agreed.
4-foot.
Yep.
You're in good
Same
shape
shot.
here.
I think a little more ice. I think this is a little tight.
It looks a little
tight.
tight with the amount of curl we have.
Yep. Paul did set it out a little, which is probably in his favor. And this thing's also going sideways.
This one's just a shade light, I
Yeah,
think.
it's not going to get there. It's on the guards. It was not enough. He was outside the broom, and it wasn't enough to get there.
Just ticked. Well, they're going to try again. I think that's the right call. There's plenty of room through that port the way the rocks are going sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Booms out on the 12-foot.
Yeah, this is a little more, you know, a little more in line the way it's curling. Better line altogether. Don't know if he got out there or not.
A lot more weight,
A
though.
lot more weight. Might just chip off his. If it comes enough, he may. It's still hanging out there, though. This was almost through the house weight. Might chip this one behind all the guards,
Might
though.
chip it over behind the 4. And there you go.
Okay.
Back 8.
Draw still there.
There's still a draw.
Rays is there. Blue rays. You could tap the blue rays, too. Still, I don't know that he's taking enough ice here.
Well, if you want to get to a spot, it's usually easier to draw than to tap or hit and roll. So,
Yep. Especially with curly ice,
Yep.
you know.
So I like
However, he could hit the outside of this blue rock with just draw weight and get it there too, I think. Because there's the way those yellow rocks are
angled up.
staggered like that. He still could pop it behind there if it gets.
If you have the right weight in your narrow, you could push it behind cover.
Sure. Yep.
Or they're just trying to draw around.
Right. I think you almost need to aim for the yellow rock that's off the rings.
Jerry Archambault with his first here in the 7th end, trying to draw around.
Too much weight. Too much weight.
It lost a handle, didn't it?
It's just heavy. Actually, it's going to stop for shot. Wow. It checked up, and he's got shot rock out of it. The plot thickens here. Forcing Tom to make a shot.
It's behind tee line.
Yep. Tom Clark with his first skip stone of the 7th end in a very well-played curling game. Exciting game.
This is going to be very tight to the guard.
He's not by. He's not by. Oh, it went the other way. Lost the handle and went the other way.
And both of those stones, I thought, lost rotation in that spot. I think Jerry Archambault's shot lost rotation there as well.
Oh, my. Now it gets very, very clever here. Jerry can sit 1-2 here.
You could set up a steal of 2 very easily.
Yes,
here.
he could. Wow. Lost the handle and backed up on him.
The only good news for Tom Clark is that he may be able to play and roll off his own stone if he needs to get into the 4-foot area.
Correct. I wonder if Jerry would be better. You got to be 1-2 here if you're Jerry.
Yeah, it doesn't do Jerry any good to throw the hit and roll because the top yellow stone's not going anywhere.
God forbid he doesn't cover this up because Tom's got 4 rocks on the park. So this is a real pressured shot here. I'm glad he took a little more ice. You want to err on the side of light here. Weight looks great.
And that's going to bury it.
I think he stuck it. He stuck it. That's a great shot from Jerry Archambault. Sitting 1-2. Now Tom's got to get clever here on how to steal this end.
You play your hit and roll now off your own.
Now you got to use your own in off. Yep. Hit and roll.
Make sure you at least cut him down to 1.
Mm-hmm. Wow, what a great shot. Waited for the finish and he got every inch of it. Not sure what Tom's throwing with this weight. Is he trying to just outdraw him? I think he is. He's just trying to outdraw him, or a little tick off his yellow one that's in the 8-foot circle.
If he comes to the back
the
one,
same
I think
weight for both shots, I guess.
If he comes to the back one, he's shot.
If he comes to the back one,
I think he's shot.
I don't think so. Look at the board up there.
If he gets to the nose, I think he does.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that one that's on the top is touching the white, touching the button. I don't think he'll touch the button if he comes to the back one. At least it looks that way on TV. I could be wrong. Pressured shot, though. This game really got good.
Picked up.
This game really got good. I like it. It's not curling. It's not curling.
Can they squirt it?
Maybe. He might squirt it off of there. Ba-boom. Oh, my goodness. And he got, I don't know.
It's close.
I don't know. It was plan B for sure. Yep, they're fist pumping down there.
Paul George
So
is
it was
calling yellow, yep.
Oh, boy. Not exactly what he was throwing, but it was there. Sometimes luck beats good every day of the week, unfortunately, but it was a lucky break, and you need to be lucky to win sometimes, you know. No offense to Tom, he's a wonderful friend and a great curler, but I think that was a lucky break.
I'm not sure if he called it that way or not. But,
I'm not sure either. We'll find out after the game. Yeah. I'll ask him and give him the benefit of the doubt that he called it.
He might have called it a little squirt shot, so.
Now, from an announcer's perspective, we can only hope that Jerry gets a deuce and forces an extra in.
Free curling.
Yep.
So a score of 1, that puts Team Clark up 2 now in the last end.
Tom sauntering down the ice to have a little conversation. Should we throw through or not? Is probably the conversation.
I think you need to be up 3.
No.
You need to be up 3 to throw
I'm
through.
going top 4 here.
Yep, top 4 would be fine. Something in the rings.
Yep. No guards. No guards tonight, Johnny. A la Kevin Martin.
In fact, you can put 1 in the rings and you can throw 1 through if you want.
He's opting to go to the wings. Okay.
Throwing through.
Yep, throwing through.
A little confusion. Semi wanted to throw the top 4. I think that's the right call. Tom thought they wanted to go through.
I think Jerry's going to have a nice corner here. Get it away from the center line as much as we can. Get it right over to that 4-foot line. Okay. It's a good shot.
Nice corner guard.
Yep. This looks like another put it in the rack shot. Whoa.
I think they're trying to come around the corner.
Okay. Without hammering. Don't know. Not sure I'm totally on board. You're going to throw it through with the first one. Might as well chuck the second one.
And that's in a good spot.
That's right.
That'll force Mike Crumma to throw the freeze.
He's got a real good line. Real good line here. Good spy. You got to come up.
And you don't want to bounce here. You want to just lock onto this thing.
It's a great shot.
There you go.
That's a great shot.
It's a pistol. Got to kill the guard. Yep.
All day.
And it's the rock that's killing you. Only question is which way you want to go. This will be a little straighter going this way.
Don't want to flash one here. Looks like he's all over it.
He's got the back one.
Yeah. It's a great shot. However,
didn't get rid of it.
Left it on the rings. Jerry's back in line for 2 here. Archambault in need of a big shot here from Big Dave Schroeder. Sure looks like a lot of weight. Coming down though. Oop. Nope, a lot of weight. A lot of weight. I think it's through the rings. That's too bad.
You got to make a blue rock disappear here, I think.
Oh yeah.
Take the one you can see.
Yep.
And you work on the corner guard next.
That's too bad because even if he's short there, you know, you got something to work with. You can't. It's just an unfortunate miss there. You're behind the 8 ball a little bit, but you know, if you're short, you got something to play with, right?
Yep, got to keep them in front.
Looks like Donnie's all over this.
Curling hard.
It's really coming up on him. Might take himself out. Nope, good shot.
Wanted to keep it out there. Didn't want to bunch up the rocks by rolling in,
Yep.
forming a pocket.
Jerry going to give Dave another chance to draw here and freeze.
A lot of rocks to come yet. Good chance to set up your deuce here by getting one around the corner above tee line.
Line looks good as long as it's not heavy. Looks like he might have thrown the same weight, unfortunately. This one might come over. He's down weight just a little better. Nice adjustment here from Dave, but he doesn't need to bounce. No bounce. No bounce. That's a great looking shot.
It's a natural freeze. They
That's
didn't
a
lay a boom
beautiful
on
throw. Boy, did he adjust his weight nicely there. Very nice. A little heavy on his first one. Made a great shot on his second one. Tom conferring with Semi right now. Ask him if he'd like to peel. What do you like here, Roger?
Tough call.
If you peel the guard and you flop away, then they're back in business for, I don't know. I'm not sure of that. I think I want to come down and sit on this blue one.
Yeah, the guard is really what's killing you right now. I think you go with the guard.
Yeah.
Those 2 rocks in the back are going to be easy to double off. And you've got the other yellow rock on the 12-foot. What you don't want to do is jam this blue.
He's running it straight back. It's going to work out. No, he isn't. Going to hit the... oh, my goodness.
That's what you didn't want to do. Yeah. That was the danger.
Now, does Jerry got to jiggle these around a little bit, or what does he do? Guard? Guard's not bad. Cover it up. In any way, shape, or form, covering it up.
Christmas tree, these top 4, maybe.
Yep.
Make it tough.
Right there. Yep, it is okay to be there. Needs 2.
Maybe put one right here so that this draw is a little tougher.
Mm-hmm. Got out there. Looks like a good stone here from Paul George. Really going sideways, though.
You got to keep it above tee line.
No, it's not.
Keep it above tee.
Maybe. Yeah. That's a great spot.
It's not bad.
Nope.
And with 2 blue rocks in, it gets a little tricky.
Yeah. Tom's drawn down. He's freezing down to the pot, to the 2 rocks here on the 4-foot.
And you got to keep the shooter here.
Yep. Might be okay to bang these 2 rocks out.
Not only if you get a really good,
a good
roll. I
roll
think it's
underneath,
very
yeah.
hard to get underneath and get the double. So I think the right call is to get a second rock in somewhere. Even if you jiggle these up a bit,
Oh, boy.
don't leave a double.
Oh, boy, it might go by him. It's going by him.
Got to make sure you hit something
It's
here.
going by him. Oh, my. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Yikes.
Now you can...
Jerry Archambault giving raspberries to Mike Semerera, asking him how he did that. They needed to stay right on it. At least separate them.
Yeah, you needed to touch it.
Right. Wow.
Need to somehow try to keep that other yellow rock on the rings. Now, Paul George is being asked to guard shot rock here.
Line's great.
This is following the same path Semi had.
It is. A little rub off the yellow one, maybe.
Going to rub off. Oh, he did. He rubbed off the guard. And he rolled it to the spot he wanted.
It's not bad. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Not bad at all. Now what? Tom's got to come down and freeze on this blue rock now.
Down to skip rocks.
Got to come down and freeze right on it. Or just get by the blue one and slide it over to the button. Oh, it's tough, though.
A lot of tough
There's
choices.
not a lot
here.
of rings there to do this with.
A lot of tough choices. This freeze is very hard.
Sure it
to
is.
Come out. You have to get by this guy.
Oh, my goodness.
So I think what they're looking to do is to hit this rock and flop here.
Agreed.
Get rid of this.
I didn't see what he called, but I think that's a good option for him.
It doesn't solve all his problems. He's going to have to do something with his last rock. If they hit this rock, they will not be third shot. They'll be sitting first and fourth, which is a little... Or second and fourth, I would say, rather.
Gave it a little shove out. Gave it a little shove out. Still going out.
Is this going to chip the blue out? Are they going to manage to do this?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Wow.
And they picked it clean.
1 and 2. It sits blue, however.
Yep.
Right there. I gotta think Jerry would love to come and tap this blue rock right to the pot, huh?
Yeah, I think that might be...
He pointed to the button. I'm not sure he didn't motion like he's making a raise, but the draw is crazy here.
It would be hard to draw around the rock on the
I'll
top
say.
four. I think tapping that into the button area
Right.
would be a potential winner.
Even if he was a little heavy, like back four, and he taps the blue rock on the right behind the other blue one and skitters a little bit this way, he's in business.
Yeah, I think tapping that up.
Sitting
is-
1, 2, 3.
See what we're getting here.
Looks light to me. This is narrow and light. Oh boy. Got to keep going for a tick here. Not the end of the world.
Well, it did protect shot rocks.
Yep. Not the end of the world. I don't think you can get through that port. Tom almost has to in off his own or draw here now. Little hit and roll. He's going to be behind the tee line to do it.
So right now, Jerry Archambault's team has the tying stones. And the question is, can they get rid of anything? All right, so what are we looking at? We're looking at running this in.
This is Tom's last rock. He's got to draw.
Yep.
He's got to draw here.
You run in a stone, or you try to draw around this whole mess.
Right. He's got a ton of room to draw. Not even thinking draw here. It's a funny call here that he's not even thinking about drawing.
The other option is to run these stones, but you know you don't want to run.
There's stuff to jam.
If you ran
too,
this wrong, you could jam that one on the
right,
back.
not even make Jerry throw. Or we draw. Right there. It's funny that they're curling's a funny game. He was ahead by 5
Yes.
2 ends ago.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Quite possibly Tom Clark's last shot of 2017. And he's making the run back. Holy smoke-a-ronies. I didn't see this one as an option, but
The one thing you can't do is hit it high.
right.
You got to be right on the noggin.
And I'm a little shocked that he never even looked at the draw. I mean,
It's a pretty wide draw, though. We know that there's a ton of curl out there. He's going to
Sure.
have to be almost off the rings for the ice to throw the draw. Tightening up the ice. Looks like they're going to throw the run back. Just a nose hit here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to run this back onto second stone and try to push it out of the rings. I don't think there's a double there. I think if you try any kind of double, I think you're going to get a jam on them.
Yeah, the one that's
Rocks
shot
in the
rock
back.
is going to run right into the yellow ones.
I think what he's looking for is to run a rock off and try to get to an extra end. Jerry should be able to draw for his deuce. The double in the back is quite thin. Critical shot, last rock for Tom Clark here in the eighth end.
It's real tight.
For a nose run
It's
back.
real tight. It has no chance. Jerry Archambault will draw for the win. Wow.
He can't draw to
Didn't
his.
see this coming.
Can he draw to his stones? I'm not sure he can.
That doesn't outcount the one in the back, I don't think, does it? Guys better take a look. I'm not sure that if he comes to either one of these, he outcounts the one that's third rock. I'm not sure. That I'm not sure. He's pretty apparent. It's apparent that he thinks it is.
I think if he draws to the closer one, he might be shot.
Mm-hmm.
So if we look at our near house, I think if you draw here,
Yeah, he's coming this
you
way.
may be shot.
I'd like him this way too. He's
Yep.
not sure. It's too close, or he would have done it. Right?
Yep.
It's too close.
Come this
And he
way.
wants to win the game here. If he just puts one on the 4-foot circle here, it's game over. So Jerry Archambault for the Charbonneau win here. To win the Charbonneau. Needs to touch the blue circle, the 4-foot circle. I think this is a made shot. It's over curling. He's afraid it's over curling. Oh my God, it did.
Oh no. Oh no.
Extended curling, we will be back. Jerry was yelling his brains off to try and hit the yellow rock. He knew he was heavy.
They needed a tick, yeah.
And we are pushing him back, folks. We have extended play here.
Free curling. Who would have thunk we're all tied after 8? Thanks. So after 8 ends of play here in the 2017 Charbonneau Finals, we are all square. Team Clark playing the Yellow Rocks. We'll have the hammer here in the extra end.
Well, in defense to Jerry Archambault, I think he threw a winning shot. It just needed to be swept. He was yelling really hard for his front end to sweep, and he's pleading with Tom right now. Why were my guys sweeping? He was frantically yelling sweep, and I don't know whether signals got crossed there or what, but unfortunately, they didn't sweep a rock that needed to be swept, and Jerry gets 2 instead of 3. So we're going to play an extra end.
Well, both teams have had a chance to salt this game away at one point or another.
Yep.
During the game, and it's going to come down to the extra. Center guard goes up, over curls a bit. Tom's going to run away from that guard. Going to peel that guard later. So Dan Reed will be asked to put a stone on the other side of the rings. You want to make sure you get this on the rings. You don't want to have a bunch of guards in play. Just a little short. The idea is to put an insurance rock out there on the 12-foot, so a hit and roll out still gives you the win later in the end. So Mike Crumma throwing another center guard attempt. This one's going to slide into the rings, I think.
Back house or through. Through. No, it's going to stick around. It's a counter.
There you go.
Not exactly what Tom wants to do is junk it
Nope.
up with the hammer. Not exactly.
Yeah, the golden rule is don't be light coming up the middle with hammer.
Nope. Especially not in an extra end where you just need one. I think Jerry might want to tap this blue rock up.
Trying to get rid of both yellows and leave a blue up front, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Got them both, too. It's a great shot here from Schroeder. Oh, beauty. That's a beauty. That is how it's done. Took them both right
And
out.
out.
Great shot.
It's all blue rocks now.
Great shot there from Dave.
Archambault Rink still got plenty of work to do here this end, though. Tom Clark's going to try to get rid of some blues. Leave a draw path open for later.
Oh, boy.
They got a piece.
Maybe. Yep.
And
That
that'll do.
works.
Don't need to keep the shooter.
Nope. Preferable.
Got the whole right side of the house open now. But it's the Archambault rink that has the insurance rock right now. So hit and roll out is not an option for Team Clark later.
Now 1 and 2. Okay. Tom would be smart to double these out. Lose his shooter preferably.
Just make sure the guard goes away.
Yep.
And you roll your shooter away.
Yep. If you can get all 3 of them, it's bonus. Mission accomplished. Actually, it's coming hard. Beauty.
Made a double.
Beautiful.
Left a guard in front, though.
Yep. You know, the last shot of the 8th end was a crippler there because it really looked like it was game time if they could have stayed on that rock.
And they needed good communication on the weight,
Yep.
so they knew to sweep that from line and catch the backer.
Sure.
I think the front end was conflicted as they knew it was heavy.
Right.
Didn't want to go. Of course, the front end can't see the line.
Correct.
If they communicate the weight, maybe everybody gets on the same page.
However,
but
if your skip is bellowing to the top of his lungs to
Yep.
sweep, usually it's a pretty good indication that the rock is over curling.
Yep.
He's by.
Made that one a little better.
That's a beauty.
That one's on the 4-foot.
That is a beauty.
The guard's got to go again.
He's going after shot rock here. I mean, it's either or. If it overcurls and you chip the yellow rock out of the way, it's mission accomplished. Yeah,
Coming
Burr
hard
missed
now.
It, missed it. He's going to chip the guard out of the way, though. So not bad. Boy, it really curls hard there. And we've seen that before. We called it, if I'm not mistaken,
Yep.
during the college Bonspiel
Yep.
last year, we saw about 30 rocks all weekend that did the same
Yep.
thing as that did.
Hook
And
hard
if you're
at the
not
end.
on them before they start to go, you're not going to hold them. It's just even with that weight.
Now, the good news is that Team Clark now has an insurance rock on the top 12. That's second stone.
Yep.
So if they have an attempt with their last rock to chip out this blue rock and lose the shooter, they've got
They're
the
still gonna
stone to
win
win
the
the game, right? That's really key.
Yep.
And this one's going to slip deep, is it not?
Yeah, it is. It's coming right to it. Coming right to it. Get it right in front of it's okay. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Freeze it.
Yeah, you want no separation there.
No,
So now this will
freeze
be.
it. You got to. It was coming right onto the nose. Freeze.
Don't need to double these, but you need to scatter them off the 4 foot for
Truly.
sure. Open up that scoring area.
Whoops. Whoopsie.
We know these will come, though.
Still on the 4 foot line, though. Going to chip the top one out, that's all. Well, we're coming down to the nitty gritty here. One thing's for sure, I don't see a blank end coming.
No. I think if Jerry Archambault can throw a couple of good ones here, Tom Clark
cover
may
this
be
thing
drawing a
up.
button for the win.
Right.
A full 4.
Oh, but it is. Julie said she could get me that list.
Big Shiner, just got to cover this up. I don't like much more than a biter here, huh?
And you don't want to leave it close
Yeah,
enough
it's a
for
shame
double.
that you can't, you can't outcount the yellow one and sit one too, but it's going to be too close for a double if he does that. Boy, does this look. Got a lot of curl under it. It's actually coming now, though. He threw a good rock here. I think you just got to let it come up.
I think they need to sweep it to finish it, to
Finish it
cover
right
up
up.
shot rock.
We can continue to sweep. Okay.
Now, shot rock's now open.
Yeah, you got to. They had to sweep that rock right till it stopped. All the other games in the shed are done now. The Open League is done for 2017. And we are down to the last 3 rocks of the Charbonneau final. Tom Clark with hammer. He's not by the guard. And he did open it up.
And
However,
he outcounted his insurance rock.
He outcounted his insurance rock, and Archambault is sitting 1 and 2. Now, if he can cover this up, he's going to force Tom to draw the pot to win the game.
And once they knew they missed that, they needed to
Or
make sure
freeze.
they hit that guard a bit thicker. So a good stone here, and Tom Clark's going to have to draw a full 4 to notch the win.
Right. I think Jerry wants to throw the same shot he just did, but you want to be right in front of this rock. And if you're a little heavy and you freeze to it, it's not a bad scenario either.
You can show them a half a rock as well, because I don't
Right.
think they'll chase it if they
Correct.
can only
He's
see a
got-
half.
Either way, you want to make Tom draw the little circle to win the game.
Right. And that's going to cover enough of the
It's a great
stone.
rock. It's a great shot from Jerry.
Can see a half a stone, but I don't think there's any way they're chasing.
Well, and it doesn't. He's got to keep his shooter because blue's sitting 1 and 2. He's got to draw here.
I mean, you can make this shot. We saw the curl. You're going
Right.
to have to throw a little bit less weight to keep your shooter, and you're going to take a little more ice.
Right. Tom didn't go for a draw on the 8th end, and I'm a little shocked that he's not trying to draw the button here. But he's
gonna
a
throw
great
the-
draw player.
Yep.
He's just through this, so he's feeling like he can get to it and stick.
He's going to throw the hack waiter here.
Got to keep his shooter. It's curly here. This is the last shot of 2017 in the Utica Curling Club.
It is indeed. Last stone.
He set this one out a little bit further because the other one curled up on him, and I think they got to go. Boy, did he know what he was doing, huh? Look at this shot from Tommy.
Money.
Look at this shot. That.
Money.
Wow.
And there's your Charbonneau 2017 winner, Team Clark.
He just threw the previous shot, so he gave himself a little more line there, and threw a great shot to win the game. Congratulations to Team Clark, Mike Semeraro, Don DeCar, and Jim Sankey, who was not here tonight, and Dan Reed, who played lead in his absence. Great game by both teams. Congratulations to Team Archambault, Paul George, Dave Schroeder, and Mike Crumma for a well-played curling game. And Roger, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a great game. See you again next year.